afternoon, everyone. Steve Georgie here from Allendale's trading floor, January 23rd. Grain markets a little lower here today. Corn down 7 3/4, beans down 14 3/4, with wheat pulling back about 4 1/2. Now, a lot of spread unwinding. As I mentioned, corn down 7 1/2 for 7 3/4. That's for your March contract. December actually up 1/4 of a cent. So lately we've been seeing, not only for corn but also in beans, we've been seeing the old crop contracts working higher and new crop contracts working a little lower or just not as fast on the way up. So we've had some bull spreading. Today, it seemed like we did see our first round of profit taking there and saw some of those spreads unwind today. So keep an eye on that. Now, that came in we saw that start to happen once we had seen some of these updated weather maps here at midday. Argentina looking to get a little bit more rain over the next coming weeks. Still, we need to pay attention to this weather market. It seems like beans take one step forward, try to pull back a little bit, and then they start running again. Argentina right now and their weather, we're trading that basically like the July weather we have here. So it is important right now to continue watching these weather maps and continue watching that, because that's what the market right now is focusing on. They're not focusing on this January report we just had. They're not focusing on planning intentions yet either. Right now the focus is South American weather. So continue watching these maps. They're going to be extremely important over the next coming weeks. Looking at some of the outside markets today, the dollar right about unchanged, so not a lot of movement there. But crude oil taking a dollar back today, 95.65 right now. Still in a pretty strong uptrend right now as far as these energies and crude oil. Next target, if we do see some stronger markets, could be back up near that $100 mark yet again, but we'll have to see. Today, giving back a dollar. Sloppy trade in the metals. Gold down a little bit. Silver seems like it's trying to bounce a touch here as well. No major direction right now as far as those markets. But the bigger news over the last week or so has been cattle. So we've seen this $8 slide in cattle. We've seen this low that we had here late last week, but we held that low today. We did go down and try to test that. We did finish, though, about 80 cents off of the lows. So we ended up holding the lows and finishing about 80 cents off. Looks pretty good for the charts, but we need to see some stronger closes over the next couple days. We did see cash cattle trade today, 122, about $1 lower than what we've been seeing. The April contract, as I mentioned, went down and hit support at last week's lows and held. But box beef, a little bit choppy. Yesterday was a little stronger. Today, you had choice down 68, select down 73. So giving back a little bit right now as far as box beef. But this story that came out yesterday, this Japan story on how we're talking to, they're looking at taking in cattle from 30 months or older, taking beef that route. Yes, maybe that has supported the market for now, but the low we had of last week has got to hold. So it's going to be very important over the next couple weeks, or the next couple trading sessions, to see some higher closes. So we've got to start building some momentum. That $8 slide right now we feel is probably too much, but the charts, we need to get some momentum back in our favor in order to get this market maybe working a little higher as well. But as far as hogs, seemed like some spreading going on here today. We had a cold storage report out yesterday that was bearish. Still looking at large amounts of pork in storage. But the nearby contracts were able to rally. Feb up 55, April up 10. This rally is mostly due to strong cash markets right now. So the cash market continues to strengthen. And while that's continuing to strengthen, maybe supporting right now the futures. The futures are at a discount to the cash at this point and trying to firm up the nearby contracts. But the back months right now are in a little bit of trouble. We've got a lot of pork in storage. We know that. And we're going to need to see some of those fundamentals change in order to support those back months. But the nearby contracts still are friendly. The cash market is king right now, and keep an eye on that. So our conference is coming up this weekend. We got a big weekend here in Allendale. We'd love to share that with you. You can still get a seat reserved here for our conference. David Hightower will be here, Drew Lerner, Al Ambrose, our own Rich Nelson, we'll be talking as well. But if you're able to make it out here, certainly do so. It's in Crystal Lake, Illinois. And you can reach us to get those seats reserved at 800-262-7538, or you could also do it right online at allendale-inc.com. Hope you guys had a great day today, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.